So today the vacuum is recognized as a rich physical medium. A general theory of the vacuum is thus a theory of everything, a universal theory. It would be appropriate to call the vacuum ether once again. S. Saunders and H.R. Brown, The Philosophy of a Vacuum. This is the father of quantum mechanics, arguably. We have now the velocity at all points of space-time playing a fundamental part in electrodynamics. It is natural to regard it as the velocity of some real physical thing. Thus, with the new theory of electrodynamics, we are rather forced to have an ether. Paul Dirac. Here we go with investigations point towards a compelling idea that all nature is ultimately controlled by the activities of a single superforce. Thus, a living vacuum, the ether, holds the key to a full understanding of the forces of nature. That's Paul Davies' Superforces Search for a Grand Unified Theory. Here is Frank Wilczek, the guy I mentioned earlier who won a Nobel Prize. There are good reasons to think that the universe is a multi-layered, multicolored superconductor, that all four known forces can be brought together in unified theory, as seemingly different kinds of matter are just different aspects of one all-embracing stuff. I anticipate that the next few years will be a new golden age of fundamental physics. I actually wrote this book right here on my desk. It's actually called The Lightness of Being, Mass, the Ether, and the Unification of Forces. Here you have Robert Laughlin from Stanford saying the word ether has extremely negative connotations in theoretical physics because of its past association with the opposition to relativity. This is unfortunate because stripped of these connotations, it rather nicely captures the way most physicists actually think about the vacuum. Here he is again describing that there's a vacuum. So I don't want to just read a bunch of quotes, but when you say that no physicists do it, you're just clearly ignorant of the subject. That's why I brought up the Casimir effect. I brought up vacuum energy, quantum foam. We know that the vacuum is not Newtonian emptiness. We know that Einstein did not properly define exactly what is beyond the material world. He himself said that space without ether is unthinkable. Okay, so you should research it instead of just saying it's not true. You should apply for the audience. You should apply the same critique or skepticism to space-time. If it's like, oh, well, you need to scientifically prove it, you need an experiment, then you need to apply the same criticism to the fabric of space-time, which doesn't work on the quantum or cosmological scale and has been debunked 1,000 different ways. Okay, this is actually the only viable way. Quantum mechanics has shown it experimentally. So there you go.
Okay.